There is zero American national security interest in providing weapons and cash to Ukraine. We have no dog in this fight and should have zero interest in the outcome. These two countries have been disputing for 300 years over whether the land that Putin seeks is part of Russia or part of Ukraine. And the overwhelming number of persons who live in this land are Russian speaking and are happy to be a part of Russia. All we're doing is extending a war and causing the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people in Ukraine and the destruction of a once beautiful country. Although the government is authoritarian, the country is beautiful and the people are peaceful, but you're not seeing that now. You're seeing a people whipped into a frenzy. We have 100,000 troops in Europe at the ready. We have 40,000 troops in Poland, right over the Polish-Ukraine border, training with 90,000 Polish troops. Their commander-in-chief, the president of Poland, is crazy. He wants an invasion of Ukraine by American and Polish and Romanian troops. The rest of NATO is not going to get involved in this because they see right through it. And he thinks that we can, in that invasion, expel Russia from the portions of Ukraine that it now dominates, the eastern portion, and even take back Crimea, which Russia captured in 2014 after the CIA fomented a revolution and a coup in Ukraine. Today is the 80th anniversary of the Russian victory in Stalingrad that repelled the Nazi invasion of Russia and turned the tide of World War II against the Russians. President Putin celebrated that victory today, as he should, and in his speech made some very strong comments about the United States and about the West and about what they're trying to do.
Невероятно, невероятно, но факт. Нам снова угрожают немецкими танками «Леопард», на борту которых кресты. И вновь собираются воевать с Россией на земле Украины руками.
It's incredible, he says. We are being attacked by the West in the name of people who are the followers of Hitler and Bandera. Bandera is a Ukrainian Nazi who whispers ideological theories into President Zelensky's ear. He sees what's going on. Putin gets it. He sees the West trying to gang up on him, and he sees the West trying to force him into using weapons that he doesn't want to use. On top of all of this, Trey Yingst just did a fascinating interview with President Zelensky.
What do you believe is stopping the United States and Ukraine's NATO allies from providing your country with more advanced weapons and fighter jets?
We're grateful for everything we receive. Still, one of the versions is that the United States and some Europeans are afraid that we could hit the territory of Russia. I want to reach them. We want them to be afraid of us. But once again, we're talking about ourselves. We are defending our territory, and all of that could be avoided if Russia would simply stop launching missiles at us.
There you have it. I want to reach them. I want them to be afraid of us. He wants to use American and NATO hardware to attack Russia. Mr. President, are you out of your mind? Do you really want American missiles and ammunition reaching deep into Russia? Do you really trust President Zelensky and his Nazi cohorts attacking Russia with things on it that say made in USA? Are you not fearful of what the reaction to that might be? Do you really want to push Putin, President Biden? Are you crazy? Do you really want to start a war with Vladimir Putin? Don't bring us into another Vietnam. Don't borrow another $1 trillion like George W. Bush did to bring us into an invasion of Afghanistan, fruitless and useless, or another $1 trillion to invade Baghdad, fruitless and useless, and his father $1 trillion, George H.W. Bush, for his invasion of Baghdad because Saddam Hussein tried to take back territory that was stolen from him. I don't want to repeat history here. But this nonsense about domino theories, if Russia expands, he'll eventually be in Baltimore. Same argument Bush's father made about Iraq expanding. Same argument that you're making now, Mr. President, about Russia expanding. It's nonsense. Putin wants a prosperous country that will interact with the West diplomatically and commercially. He doesn't want war, and he doesn't want to use nuclear weapons. And you, Mr. President, are the one that is pushing him there. It's time to recognize that your foreign policy in Ukraine is an utter failure, Mr. President. It's time to take a material step back. Bring the American troops that are in Poland and they're ready to attack home. Bring the troops that are on the ground and out of uniform in Ukraine home. Send the CIA home.